Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Tyler here. It'd probably help if I had my microphone in front of my face, you idiot. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Tyler here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the new gameplay updates that have been added to NBA 2K20 that they just told us about. We're going to click the blog post here on the screen, and I'll put a link in the description, obviously, for the blog post so you guys can read it. And make sure you read it and come back to the video and comment and tell me what you think about anything and everything that they mentioned, just because I want to know what you guys have to say. I'm very curious. I'm just going to touch on a couple things here, nothing too big. Essentially here they talk about that they introduced basically better motion in the last couple games, and basically they're adding in a better motion that, in terms of like players that are bigger and taller, are going to feel different than players that are guards, and that they're going to add in a energy bar that like really your energy drops if you use your speed boost a lot. So essentially you're not going to be able to just speed boost non-stop and just wait for it to go back up and then speed boost. It's going to be like you're going to have an actual legit stamina bar now, so that'll be nice. That's kind of a nice change, but like I said, I'm not going to focus too much on anything, just here and there. And you guys can click on the link and watch the whole thing or read the whole thing. Like I said, I'm not going to focus too much here. I'm just going to kind of skim through. There are a couple things I'll talk about specifically, but just make sure you guys go ahead and read this. Handles and sauce. Okay, so they're changing up the dribbles a little bit. Instead of having your signature dribble moves that every player has, where you like flick up on the right analog and your player does his little set of moves, they're making it to where you chain all your moves together. So if you want to go between the legs, around the back, whatever you want to do, you actually have to do that yourself. There's no like basically the game doing it for you, which I really like that a lot, because I feel like it's going to add more skill into the game, and plus it'll like make crossovers and stuff cooler, because it's like everything you did, you know you actually did that move. And they're going to add in a bunch of different like signature dribble stands, to where like if you're dribbling the ball and you're moving the offense, getting the offense going and stuff. They're adding a bunch of different animations just to kind of spice it up. There's going to be 27 of them. You guys can come right here and see all 27, pause the video, or go click on it. But yeah, that's going to be pretty sick. Being a ball handler, it seems like it's going to be a little harder in this game. It seems like it'll be easier for defense, which I like that. We'll get to that in a minute. But the size up mechanic is nice, because you can chain dribbles together, like I said, to where it'll be more realistic, as a defender and as a ball handler. As a ball handler, it's gonna be like boom, 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 like just like real life. You're gonna have all these different moves. No pre-scripted dribble moves this year, which is gonna be, like I said, I love that. But on the defensive end, people are gonna be doing all these dribble moves. They're gonna get swiped easy, and they even added things in the game to make it easier to swipe people. So let's go down here, and so the defensive thing. This is one of the things I really want to talk about. Let me make sure I didn't skip. There's one thing I really was excited about, which is really small, and I've seen nobody really be excited about it, but I'm really excited about it. Here we go. This is probably the thing I'm most excited about, because, like I said, I played with Carmelo Anthony a lot in my team, and he's one of my best players I'm good with in 2K in general. He probably is my best player. Out of all the players I'm good with, in terms of, I'm pretty good with DeMarcus. I like playing with Carmelo. Carmelo's my number one. They added in better triple threat offense. They expanded it. Triple threat, what's that mean? Triple threat offense is when somebody hands you the ball, and if you guys watched enough basketball, you know Carmelo, this is all Carmelo does. He gets the ball. You can either put the ball down that way, or shoot it, or pass. So you can put the ball down two ways, pass, or shoot. That's the triple threat. And they added in a bunch of little directional jabs, mid-step overs, shimmies, and a new first step. That's all like Carmelo Anthony one-on-one right there. That's like, if you play with Melo, you're going to be a god with him. So I am so excited that they expanded the triple threat offense. I've been waiting for that for years. Read and react, that's essentially the defense. I'm just going to actually read this little part here. We didn't neglect the defensive end of the floor. On-ball defenders will be happy to hear that we're providing more tools to help them lock down their checks, as well as internally we've been calling this read and react defense. When guarding the ball, defensive players will see a small arrow under the ball handler indicating where they're leaning or attempting to go. This arrow shows up at different times based on the defender's abilities, modeling the different reaction times between the poor defender and a great one. Anticipating the ball handler's movement properly and cutting off their attack will yield much more predictable outcomes, such as stonewalling the dribbler, forcing a pickup, or causing a fumble. Thanks to the motion engine upgrade and its improved defensive footwork, as well as a greatly improved body upright system, one-on-one battles now resolve in a much more predictable way, showcasing the differences between attacking a flat-footed defender versus a highly skilled lockdown. So essentially, there's going to be more tools in the toolbox for players to play defense and help them defend, which is nice because we need all the tools we can get playing these games of my team where everybody's off-balling and you can't stay in front of anybody anyway because they zigzag and do a bunch of ridiculous stuff. So also under the ball handler, you'll notice the indicator ring change from a solid circle to broken up lines as the ball handler moves around the court or performs moves. The more broken up a circle, the more vulnerable the ball handler is to losing the ball. To further emphasize this, we tuned on-ball steals to be much more predictable. So for NBA 2K20, it's more important to read what the ball handler is doing and reaching at the right times rather than running around randomly spamming the steal button. That is amazing. I really am glad they changed this because I don't know, maybe it's gonna be different. It seems like sometimes some stuff in 2K doesn't always get fixed when they say it does. But I like if they did really change that. It is like you can time steals better. That's amazing because that's something that's been a problem for a while now. Where it's like I feel like I'll try to reach and I'll get a foul called on me. I'll try to get a steal, but then I'll just run into a player and then the ball will bounce off my leg and I'll grab it and it'll be a steal. It's like, well, when I try to get the steal I can't, but if I just run into somebody I can get the steal that way. It's kind of annoying, you know. And then they talk more about defending the paint and stuff here and archetypes. You guys can read that if you want. Working off the ball is something that they made a big deal about, which they want players to have a better off-ball game, and they actually brought back juking people off the ball. So if you're someone's setting a screen, you can go that way, then go around the screen, it'll juke out the defender, then when the defender does try to recover, he'll run to the screen anyways, open three. But you can do juke moves and stuff off the ball, which is nice. I love that. And then the last thing I want to talk about here, just quickly, is this is my favorite part of the whole thing, and it's because specifically me, I'm somebody that likes to play in Hall of Fame because I like the challenge, but I can't stand how hard Hall of Fame gets at times, like in terms of players will make literally every shot. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like first of all, it's predictable because you can tell by the way the players shoot if he's gonna make it or not, and two, it's just unrealistic and it's unfair at times that they make every single shot. So what they changed here, my favorite part, one last note on the AI. In the past 2Ks, the AI has always used real player percentage when it came down to determining makes and misses. This can often lead to robotic, predictable outcomes. This year, we've implemented the same shot timing mechanics for the AI that players use. The result is a much more human-like opponent and a more even playing field. So while you can gap shooters more often when playing rookie or pro and see them break some open shots due to bad timing, you'll definitely want to hug up on shooters when playing the higher difficulties levels to avoid getting lit up with the green lights. Speaking of greens, you can now customize your shot meter and have a green flash, splash, or splat effect. I know how much you guys love customization. Now, I definitely feel like that doesn't mean for sure that the players are going to make every single shot on Hall of Fame, because if they're making it more realistic, I mean, you shouldn't make every single shot just because you're a Hall of Fame CPU, especially if now the game is doing its own little game of using a shot meter. So if the game is doing its own little shot meter thing, there's definitely going to be missed shots, you know what I mean? So I do appreciate that they changed that because it's so annoying that real player percentage is just okay, Steph Curry makes 60% of his threes, okay, so he's going to make almost every single one, 60%. That's more than half. It's it doesn't make sense and it's not realistic. And then really, the only other thing to mention is that they said there's 80 badges in the game, which I don't know how many badges there are in now, but 2K20 there's going to be 80 badges. I got a feeling that they're going to basically take some badges that do multiple things and split it in half and make it its own two separate. Kind of this is a weird comparison, but back in the day, in Modern Warfare 2, Cold-Blooded was so overpowered that in Modern Warfare 3, they took Cold-Blooded, split it in half, and made it half Cold-Blooded, half Blind Eye, to where it does the same thing as Cold-Blooded and Modern Warfare 2 did, but it's two separate perks, so you can't be overpowered In this case, I think they're doing it to add more customization. You can choose exactly what you want your player to do. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's really awesome. I like what I heard so far. Now, there's tons of times where stuff has been announced and then it's like not what they say it is. So we have to wait and see. But I'm excited for this news, guys. Go ahead, click the link down below and read this article. Comment back, come back to the video, comment, tell me what you guys thought. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video. I love you.